Alright, hello, welcome. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Today we are going to be making Obby. Okay. Hello, welcome everybody. Right, so if we're going to make an Obby, we're first going to make a lobby. Let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and build one to begin with and get kind of like a design in our head. For the time being, we'll just go ahead. Like I don't know what style of lobby I'm going to go for. We all usually start with like an Obby. Tell you what, let's start with on an island. I feel like starting it on an island would be cool. So we're going to open up Blender. Let's go ahead and delete everything, and we'll start by creating a floor. And scale that floor. Go about that size. Go ahead and press Control R, and we'll go ahead. Go to edit mode. I'm going to go for about maybe 3 lines. And then 3 lines in the opposite direction as well. There we go. Okay. So now what we're going to do is just going to go ahead and grab our points here. I'm just going to move our points. Press G. And we're just going to go ahead and hold Control, and we can just start snapping it to different points. Again, we're trying to make it look like an island, so do apologise if I don't sound okay today. I do have a bit of a cold. Let's try and start making it look like an island, though. First of all, let's bring this one out straight a little bit more. And then we're going to go ahead and, I don't know, maybe pull this one out a bit more as well. So we're getting kind of like a islandy look to it now. Where it's coming apart. So it's coming, like we can see, it's starting to like look more like an island. And we're just gonna go and play with it a bit, just until it looks right. I'm gonna go do that. I think I'm gonna push this one out a bit more. Make it down a little bit more, so it's like more natural. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one as well. Again, I'm just gonna give it like an islandy vibe, not too much like a square, which is what it looks like at the moment. Just gonna go ahead and keep on changing it a little bit, proportionally changing it. So it looks a little bit more natural. Natural like curves, natural like dips. And I know this doesn't look like an island just quite yet, but we are going to change that. That's quite good. This side to do. Okay, and one last little bit now, I think. I'm starting to get like an islandy shape now, which is quite nice. I'm going to push this one a little bit in. That's way too high. Okay, let's see how that looks like. So what we're going to do now is select all that. And what we're going to do is we're going to scale it up a little bit. We're going to extrude it. Okay, that's going to be one layer. So let's have that layer like stone, maybe. And then we'll have like dirt. And then we'll have like grass on the top there. Yeah. We also scale that outwards now as well. So do you want the island to go inwards like this, or do you want it to like pop outwards? We'll go ahead and do that. Like it's got like a kind of edge to it. And now we're going to go ahead and do the exact same on the bottom here. So we're going to go ahead and select. Face select now. Or the bottom. And the sides here. Actually, no, we don't need to do the sides actually. Press S now, and that should now scale inwards. And that's going to give it like a nice, like, islandy look to it. Which is what we're aiming for. We're going to... So now we're going to want to paint this green. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to go ahead and select our green, or our top layer here. All the edges as well. Not down here. And once we've selected all the edges, there we go. We're going to go into our shading tab. We'll add a new shading color. And we're going to go to our meshes. We're going to select and assign. Yep. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and go to UV editing. Under shading, sorry, and we're going to go ahead, Shift A. We're going to input a texture, image texture, grab that to the base color. And we're going to go ahead and just zoom in on this. I'm going to choose it to closest. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up our palette here. It's in the blender. There we go, palette. Okay, good. Good. Now we can go to UV editing. And we just want to select this top layer again. Zoom in on here as well. Just like this. And we're just going to go ahead and grab all the top here. And we'll go ahead and press A, press S to scale, press to 0. We can go ahead and grab that and just bring it into one of these colours. Let's go for like maybe like a darker, lighty green, so to speak. Go have a look what that looks like now. So that's what it looks like. Yeah, this looks quite good actually. Go for like dirt here, I think I said. And then we're going to add rock on the bottom. So we'll go ahead and pick all these edges here. Go ahead and set A, S, scale down to 0, and then go ahead and select it in a nice, like, dirt colour. Like that. Yeah, that's good. Then we'll go ahead and rock for the bottom. A, S, scale down to 0, and then we'll go ahead and put that on a rock colour. We'll go for like a grey. That's quite good actually. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my layout mode. I'm not yet done yet. This bottom bit here, I want it to be more kind of like island-esque, not like how it is now. I'm going to go and grab all these corners. I'm just going to scale them. Whoa, not that much at all. Make them a little bit bigger. Actually, no, we'll just leave it. What we're going to do is we're going to pull it down. That's it. And then we can go ahead and select it all and scale it inwards. And that's going to give it like a more of an islandy-esque look. We can also scale that in a little bit more. Yeah, that looks good actually to me. That looks like an island. From the distance, it looks like an island as well. Awesome. Now we can go out to UV editing. And we can select all those colours. I'm just going to make them a grey. Grab all them. And that should be good enough. So let's go back to, so we'll go with A, S, let's go down to 0. We'll go set that grey colour again. It's about there, I think. Yeah, that's good. And that's going to be our island. Yeah, that should do. So we'll go ahead and export that as a wavefront. And we'll go ahead and put that in my folder. Well, let's make an obby. And we'll go ahead and new folder in here. And we'll call this one OBJs. No. What do we call it? We'll call it meshes. Yeah, meshes. Meshes. Whatever. That'll work. Okay. So now we can go back to Roblox. We can insert ourselves a mesh part. What we can do here is we can actually grab that mesh part and let's stop. Let's make an obby. Meshes. All files. Okay, where did it save it to? May have not actually saved it to the right place. So let's go file save as. I'll just say that again. Go ahead and call that Lobby Island. Lobby Island. Island. Yep, Lobby Island. Okay. Oh no, we don't want to save it. We want to export it. That's what it is. Export OBJ. Ah, I see what happened. So we didn't actually save it to. Okay, we didn't actually save it to the meshes folder. We saved it to the parent of that folder. So just come out of there and we'll go to the parent folder. Okay, so it's here. So we're going to go and drag that and put it under here. And then we can go ahead and just rename them. And call it Lobby Island. Island, yeah. Press reload that, rename that as well. Okay, so now we can go ahead and open up our OBJ. I'm going to test no. And that's because we didn't export our colors. We need to export our colors. So we need to go ahead and do export OBJ material groups. That's what I meant to do. And then select our object here. And I would try that now. And there we go. There's our island. Let's go and get rid of cast shadow because we're going to have our own shadow here. And double side it, yeah. You can actually see that we've actually chosen a different colour here. Or it's the way the light's on it. Might be on the way the light's on it. Yes, I am. Okay, so what we're going to do as well is just get rid of this, see these like rough edges here? I'm going to get rid of them. 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 I'm going to get we can go ahead and go to our mesh here, and we can go and smooth it out by going to come on, where is it? There we go. Add modifier and smooth, and then we can just go ahead and mess with it a little bit, give it like a more natural look, or a really sharp, daggered look. Go for like, maybe it's like just a little smoothing. You can change it a little bit as well. Go for like, maybe it's that. That's just going to look a little bit nicer there. Go ahead and export that again, and we'll see what it looks like in Roblox. Okay, let's go to Roblox, and we'll load that in. Okay, there we go. So that looks a little bit better. So, what we can do is, first of all, we need to get our players to spawn on this platform. First of all, we can also scale the platform up, make it a little bit more natural as well. Let's say like that's probably good enough for the starting room. We can also get rid of this base plate as well. So we'll go ahead and do that. Make sure that's like a little bit there. Yeah, there you go. So we get rid of this base plate. Okay. So let's work on spawning the players on this platform. So we'll go ahead and group this, and we'll go ahead and create some folder here. We'll call this folder lobby. Place that in there. We'll name that Island. Island. Why not? Okay. Right. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, as I said, is get the players to spawn on this platform. But we're also going to need a system to know, like, if the player is already 10 levels in, we need to know that they're going to be 10 levels in. So, we're going to start with creating a script in service. I'll go ahead and call this player handle. Just like that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get the players service. So we say local players is equal to game get service, and we say players. And then we're going to go ahead and create a function. So we're going to need local function on player player join. On player join, we can then pass our player through this variable, this function. So we can say player, and now we can say when the player joins the game. So we'll say players.player added connect on player join, and then that's going to send through the player when they join the game. I sure will. Okay, so let's go ahead and what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead and get the leader stats. We need to create some simple stats, like what level of the obby they're on, for example. So what we're going to do is we're going to, under the player here, we're going to say local ls is equal to instance.new and then we're going to say folder, and we're going to parent that folder to the player. If you aren't sure on how to script and you want to learn how to script, I do have a video on my channel that is how to script the basics. Maybe's later. Okay. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to turn the music down a tiny bit here. Tell me if it's okay. Okay. So we're going to now name that ls.name is equal to leader stats. And then we can go ahead and create. We can go ahead and do local level equals instance.new, and then we can say a int value because it's a whole value. We'll parent that to ls. And for the time being, that's all we'll do for that for now. We're also just going to close out Blender for the time being. I'll save that for now under documents somewhere for now. Okay. So now if you go ahead and start the game, we'll see that we'll have a stats at the top right there. Now, we haven't named the stats or anything, or we haven't even anchored our mesh either. Let's go ahead and anchor that. Okay. So we'll go ahead and press play now. Okay, well, we can actually spawn on the platform. We're going to need to scale this platform up a huge amount. Let's go and do that. And that should be good enough. Let's just move it into where the character is. That should be good for now. I'm going to do some spawning logic in a minute anyway. Didn't mean to spawn inside of it. Let's go ahead and bring that down because that's way too high. Okay, now we should be good. Okay, there we go. So now the player is actually on the platform, which is good. You can get like a scale for how big it is. I think that's perfect size actually. Maybe it's a little bit too big, but we can always adjust it later. So let's go ahead and name our stat. So we'll say level.name is equal to stage. Why not? Call it stage. Okay, so now our stat should have a thing at the top right that says stage. Okay. You know what? So that's that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to want to be able to save what stage the player's on, and then we're going to load into that stage when the player joins the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to say we may want another thing as well. We may want like something like rebirths or something like that. So we can always add on to that. Have you? That's really cool. Generally is really cool. Right. So let's go ahead and figure out how we're going to like do the spawn logic, because we don't want people to First of all, we don't want people to skip stages. Sure. I mean, I don't know if YouTube will allow you to do it in the chat, unfortunately. But you can always tweet it to me. I think there's a link to my Twitter on my channel. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the character from the player. So we'll say local character is equal to player dot character, or player dot character added wait. And then we can say if character, then if there's a character in the game, we're going to want to check to see if how we're going to do this. Was we need to do some simple logic to determine if the player is new to the game or if they're not new to the game. So we'll say if that's how we do it. So we'll say if what we'll do if stage, no, not starts, if stage, oh, we named it level, didn't we? If level dot value, level dot value is greater than 0, then we know that the player's like hasn't progressed to the level or not. So now we also want to go ahead and spawn the players on this island. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scale this island down a little tiny bit because it is a little bit too big. That should be good. I'm going to go ahead and create some spawn points for that. So let's go ahead and create a folder. And call that spawns. Spawns. Just like that. We'll go ahead and create a part in there. We're going to make sure this part is anchored. There we go. We're just going to go ahead and, I don't know, maybe let's do randomly spawning on the island. So we'll go ahead and just duplicate this part several times. And go ahead and just keep doing this a few times. Get these last 3 here. Move them over. And we'll try and center them. Let's go and do that now. Oops, missed one there. Let's go and center them. Yeah, it's almost centered. You can always adjust the spawns later on, I suppose. Okay, that should be good enough. 6, 3, okay. I will have a look at it in a second. Go ahead and set the transparency to these as 0, and can collide will set to 0 as well. Okay. So we'll go ahead and what we need to do is we need to get the characters to spawn randomly on these points. So we're going to say character local humanoid So local humanoid is equal to character dot humanoid Okay, I'm going to say if humanoid, then, because we don't want to teleport some random part, I'm going to say character dot humanoid root part dot cframe is equal to cframe dot new. Oh no. So we're going to say, we're going to reference our spawns folder. So we're going to say local spawns is equal to workspace, wait for child, lobby dot island dot spawns. And I'm going to say get children, just like that. And then we can say the C frame is equal to spawns, open bracket, and we do math.random 1, hashtag spawns. Right, that should return us the random part within inside of this folder spawns. And then we're going to say .cframe. C-frame. So let's go ahead and test that out now. Okay, so yeah, it didn't work. So that's because it didn't find the character. If not character, then so there's the character is added, yeah. So we say repeat repeat task dot wait until character is not equal to nil. Okay. What is going on with that? Is it actually firing this code? So let's go and print this. Test. Print. Yeah. So yeah, it's not firing that code, so we're going to digest why that's not done that. So it's found the character, so it should have done that. Should have found the character. So let's say if it's found the character, let's print character found. Found. And test play. So it's found the character. So it's not finding the humanoid, that's the problem. We can get rid of the humanoid for now and just test the character's humanoid root part. See if it works with this. Oh wait, no. Oh, I know why it's not working. So we bring that back. Because we said if it's greater. No, if it's less than 1. Yeah, if it's less than 1. It's less than or... Yeah, no, less. If it's less than 1, then teleport them to spawn. There we go. It worked. It worked. We teleported to a random point. And just to prove that, we can also say local random teleport is equal to, and then we do and then we can go ahead and we basically just make that a variable, and then it would do that. But that is what we're doing. Yeah, that's right. So now we can go ahead and press play, and we should get random points every time we spawn in. On me. We go ahead and restart a character. So that is the issues with the character, but we'll work on that in the future. So that's the character added event. So what we can say now is we can go on if character then, and we can say character Now we do player dot character added, connect, and then we do a function, because what we're going to do here is we're going to say if the character is added to the game, we can wait respawn time. So we'll say wait, task dot wait players dot respawn time, and then we can go ahead and we actually need to just copy this code. So we could actually make that a function and then just have one line, but let's go ahead and test that now. I saw your code, don't worry. Okay, we'll go ahead and restart a character, and it should now wait for us to respawn before it teleports us. Okay. Why didn't it? We do player.character added. That should be working. Let's just get rid of it for the time being. And come on. Let's just try it down here. Let's do players dot not players. Players dot character added. We already did that. Zoom out a little bit as well. So now we know that the character is new to the game. That's the most important. We'll work on the spawning thing in a bit. So we'll say, so if level.value is less than 1, then teleport them to the spawn. You are going to need a folder here in the workspace, and we'll call this folder checkpoints. Why not? Checkpoints. Yeah. Call it checkpoints. And what we're going to do is we're going to basically find our value of our checkpoint through there. So we'll say, under this if statement, we'll go else. We're going to basically do the exact same as this. We probably could put the humanoid above here, actually, and go under character here. That way we can just say if humanoid, then we can just say we need to make a variable, so we'll say local current checkpoint is equal to workspace wait for child checkpoints, and then we can say find first child, and then we can say toString, and what we're going to do is we're going to say checkpoint, and then we're going to concatenate that with the value of our checkpoint. So it would be we'll do that as well. So it'll be checkpoint level 1 or so forth. So we do level.value. Concatenate that with level.value. I've just realised I've done this the wrong way around. We need the toString the opposite way around. We do checkpoint. We do toString level.value. There we go. Okay. So that means that when the players join the game, it's going to look for the same checkpoint that they're on, due to the level. We'll go ahead and save in the data store. So what we'll do next. So we'll say we want to teleport the characters to that now. So we'll say character.humanoid root part .c frame is equal to current checkpoint .c frame. There we go. And that means that if we were to be on level 1, for example, it would teleport us to level 1. The way we would test this now is we would just give ourselves one level in game. So we're going to do that now. Do game.players.eplelook. I saw it, don't worry. Leader stats stage value, and then we'll go ahead and say is equal to, I don't know, let's say 1, and we'll go ahead and if we restart now, we should get an error. Okay, no, because it's not fired yet. Yeah. We need to do the character added event, which we'll do in a second. Yeah, that should be fine. So we'll go ahead and we'll check that game out that you said. Copy that now. Whilst I think what I'm doing for the next game anyway. Is this the right one? Is this the right game? Okay. Have a look. Is it broke? It doesn't seem to be doing anything at the moment. Oh, there we go. It's loaded. Okay. Wow, this is actually pretty good. In terms of the small things I'm seeing so far. Okay. You got clicks? Okay, I see. And you say clicks off to get coins. Okay. It's quite cool. Okay. And then I'm guessing you buy your eggs with coins. The only one thing I would say is your UI's not compatible on all devices. The simple fix to that is to download. If you go to your plugins folder, there's a plugin you can get which does it all for you. It's called Auto Scale Lite. What you do then with that is you just go ahead and create a screen UI, and say you've got something like I don't know, not that, like a frame or something. Screen UI. So you've got something like a frame. If you go ahead and bring up that plugin and you press unit conversion, and where it says size, you press to scale. Now that will work on any device. It'll be where it should be on all devices. So if I go ahead and I go ahead and view it as a mobile phone now, you can see on a mobile phone, like it's in the top of the corner here. If I go to a iPad, you see it's still a square in the top left corner, and it doesn't change no matter what device you're on. It's always a square. See? And that's a simple plugin that. So we'll go ahead and just get rid of that for the time being, and come out of emulation mode. Sure, I will do. I was gonna clicking away. So you need 1,000 coins to rebirth. Okay. You can trade. Okay, that's quite cool. You've got the trading system in place. And an inventory. That's quite cool. Group code. Okay. An egg. Why not? We've got poke. Don't know exactly how good it is, but it's cool. Don't have enough coins. Oh no. Okay. Right. Let's go ahead and I want to get one more egg. I want to get one more egg. I got the same bloody egg. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. I want to get one more different egg. The only thing I would say is, like, it doesn't really tell you like how much an egg costs. Albert, I got Albert. Okay. Okay. Buy another egg. Come on. This really pokey guy. What have we got here? Right, we can equip him. Oh, it gives you more coins. Okay. Hello, welcome. I say welcome, but it's your own game. Hello. Okay. Sure you can. Okay. Last egg. Oh, this damn pokey guy. What are the another thing you probably do is have some odds. Like tell people like what's the chances of getting rare, so forth. Or like what's the chances of getting like a good egg, so to speak. Albert, damn it. Oh gosh, I've opened like a bazillion of them. In terms of like other feedback, I can give you maybe it's having like inventory expansion. The only other things, yeah, it's just like scaling the UI properly so it works on all devices. But that's the only other thing I would say. Well, then. Hey, well. I can't spell. I can't spell today. But anyway, it's not bad. Just those little things. Okay, moving on. Keep it up. As I said, it's just those little tiny things, but it's looking good. Yes, I can. Doesn't show a group for me on the. Doesn't show that you've got a group on the page here. If you want to send a link to the page through the friend thing, you can do. I can go to your profile actually. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, got it. Pick the ball. Okay. Ball. Okay, there we go. No, okay. Pick the guitar. Pick the guitar. Okay. We have successfully joined the group. Okay, we're in the group. Okay, we'll go ahead and continue with the development. Have a look at your clothes. Okay. Let's go ahead and continue the development. So where were we up to? Oh yeah. So now we need to know if the players. We need to know if this is going to work first. So we'll also comment our code in a second. So we've got our spawns pretty much down. When they start on level 1, it should teleport them to their level. Let's go and get the actual saving of it though done. Let's go and get the data store done. Let's go up here and we'll say local data store service equal to game get service data store service. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and make a function, two different functions. We're going to say local function save data. And then we'll go ahead and make another function and call it get data. Local function get data. Now I'm just going to refer back to something that I've done before in the past. The way I saved it before, which was where is it? I need to go to my documents folder. There we go. Roblox. And I just need to go and open up a game that I've done before. Which one I've done before? Try this one. Maybe I've done it on this one. Why did Roblox close my studio? If you just opened a new instance, but okay. That's new. Okay, yeah, we did it here. I'm just going to copy my functions that I've done here. Why write code out that you've already done? Okay, why did it close my other game out though? Should have done that. Thanks. Why did it do that? Need to go to my zeros, Obby. There we go. Okay. So go back into our folder here. And we'll go ahead and copy that. So we can go ahead and just name this up to here. We're going to say local stage store is equal to data store service, get data store, and we'll call it stage store. We'll go version like 0, 0, 1 or something like that, just so we know it's the first version of the store. And then we can just go ahead and change this to stage store. I'm just going to get rid of that wait because it's task.wait now. Task.wait, there we go. Okay, and that's going to basically return the data. So we're going to get the data if when the player joins the game, if they have any. So what we need to do now is we just need to pass the data through here. We need to pass the player and the stat. So we'll just go ahead and get rid of the save data. Thank you. So we'll go ahead and grab our save data function now on this other one I've got here. Save data. And we'll just go and copy that and we can close out of that for the time being. And I've just done something I didn't mean to do. I accidentally copied nothing. We need to grab that save data function here. It's write code that you've already written. Right, here we go. Okay, that should do that. Okay, so we're just gonna have to get rid of that. And we're going to change the name to that to Stage Store instead of Coin Store. Also do that to task.wait. And then we can go ahead and close out our other folder here. Okay. So, what we can do now is when the player joins the game, we need to get their data. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, under stage here, we're going to say save data. Oh no, so we're going to say level.value is equal to save data. I'm going to pass our player here and then the stat, so it'll be level. All right. No, we're going to get data, not get save data. Get data. Get data. That's it. Because we're going to get this stat. Yep. And then we're going to do the stats. Yeah. So we're going to pass the value in. So stat.value, I think. Level.value. That should be good. And now we just need to go ahead and do the saving function. So we're going to go ahead, go down here, and we'll say players.player removing connect, and then we're just going to say. Actually, how did I do it on the other one? Let's go and open that other one up again. And then we'll have a look at how I did it on this one. Okay, so I just looked through the player's leader stats folder and then passing through the data. Okay. Okay. So we can say local function on player leave, and we'll pass the player through there. Layer. We can just see what we need on the on player leave function over up here. So save data. So the player and the stat. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to say for I, comma v in pairs. And then we'll say player.leader stats. That's get children. Do. And now we're looping through all the stats inside the leader stats. And we can say save data. And we can say player, comma, v dot value. Is that right? Yeah, I think it is. Okay, so I'll go and press play. We should get. You must publish this place first. Forgot to do that. Publish. There is Obby. Yep. Overwrite. There we go. So go ahead and test play now. Sent to pass value, but it's not a function. What? I know why. Because we are calling the stats value, not the stat itself, which is what I meant to do. We get rid of that, and we get rid of the value at the bottom here. Okay, attempt to connect failed. Value is not a function. Oh, I didn't connect it. That's what it is. So we do on player leave. Okay. So now see that we've got stage on 0. If we were to go ahead and change that to, like, I don't know, 100 maybe, or level 1000, so forth, right? And then we were to go ahead and leave, and then start it again. We see that we don't have it, which is fine because it doesn't work in Studio, but it works in on the actual game. An error occurred. Wait, here we go. An API request is not allowed. They changed this, didn't they? You now have to do something like Roblox, like what is it, developer, something like that. Well, what is it called now? If I go to my game, they did change it. They changed it to you have to do some sort of weird, like, method. Developer stats, maybe is. Which was it? One of these buttons. What is it now? Localization, maybe it's. No, they did something. Let's have a look. No, they did change something recently. There we go. Open Cloud API keys things. Here we go. Create a dashboard. Okay, so we need to. There's some migration here. Right. This is the new, like, web interface that they've got. I need to create some credentials. Create API. Need a name. So this is going to be the stage store. Right. Allows the user to save their stage. That's API system. Place management and API system. Search for experience. And we do 0. No. 0 is Obby, there we go. And experience. We're to write, yeah. Accepted IP address. This request will only be accepted by these IP addresses. Okay, so this is something I'm probably going to have to do. No expiration, yep. They just added all this in, and it's like completely. Like, it's really good for the future, but it's quite confusing to begin with for somebody who's starting off. I'm not starting off, so I know what this is, but somebody who is starting off, it's quite like well overwhelming. What we're going to do is we're just going to hide the screen a second while I find my IP address. Okay, I've got my IP address. So I'm just going to go ahead and place that in there. Save and generate key. Copy key to clipboard. Okay. Right, now I've got a key. I just need to work out how it's actually done. So what we're going to do is just open up that theme jigger again. I'm just going to make sure I'm actually still okay. Okay. So now I believe if we were to go ahead and run that now, I'm just going to test that off screen for a second. No occurred, requested, it is not allowed. Shooting access to APIs is not allowed. Why is that giving me that error? I'm just going to have to do and test something in a second here. I'm just going to copy that code and look it up. Because we're going to have to alter things. Which is fine. I'm okay with altering things, but it's just give me a second. Mm. It's going to be an interesting one. Have a look. Why is that being a... So let's try and start it in a server, see if it's fixed, if it's in a server. Because they have changed it so it's not allowed in like... Never occurred. Well, it rejected request with an error. Reasons shooter access to APIs is not allowed. How are you supposed to test it then if you can't access it in Studio? How are you supposed to test it? So we need to go to... Okay, we need to go and to File, Game Settings. We need to go into security. Where is that? File, Studio Settings. I know you can't see this at a second, but I'm busy trying to work it out. Let's go to our game settings, security. Right, yeah, okay, that should work. That should have been on by default, but okay. I should be able to see the screen now. Okay. Right, okay, we are good now. This should now work when we press play. We should have our data that should save itself. So there we go. No data. Okay, we do need to just change one thing. And that is we need to pass the level.value instead this time. And then pass it through here as well, v.value. Now that should actually save the data. Plain data nil. That's because the player is new to the game. However, if we were to go ahead and change it so that we are now looking on the server and we change it to, let's say, 100 example, just like that, and we're going to leave the game. We start it again. We should have 100 at the top right. Okay, they've changed it up entirely. They have changed it up entirely. Why have they done that? Try just V. Let's just try V. They've changed it so much, man. Which is fine. I like change, but always adapt to change. But give us a chance to actually get there. So yeah. That's that. Yeah. Okay, let's just change that to that and see if it fixes it. Okay, play. There we go. We're successfully attained data 0. So if we go ahead and change it now to something like, I don't know, 100, we're to leave the game. What? Narrative while saving data 104 cannot store instance in data store. So this is the one we save as a value. So we go down here, we go v.value. Now what should work? So we go ahead and change it to server. We change it to. This is actually very. I don't know if it's copyrighted or not. 200. And then we'll go ahead and leave. No errors. If we start it again, we should get 100 back. No, okay. Let me just try. It might be one of the things that's not working on like Studio, but it's working online. So if we go ahead and we go to my Roblox account, they've changed things so much though. So much change. Let's press play on it. Right, so we have 0 on there. Attempt to connect failed. Pass value is not a function. Pass value is not a function. They've changed things so much. Let's try publishing that. Maybe they didn't publish it. It's Roblox. That's probably what the issue is. Let's go and close out that. And start that back up again. Right. There we go. No errors. Okay. So if you do game, dot players, dot f1up. Then we do dot leader stats. Dot stage. Dot value equals 1. Right, now we should be able to leave the game, and when we join back, it should still say 1. There we go. It worked. So there you go. It's at the top right there. It says stage 1. So that means that it's saving the data now, which is really good. Now let's make some trees for our lobby, and then I think we'll call it there for tonight. Maybe we'll do some more tomorrow. It's up to you. If we're doing one tomorrow, the stream will be at 3 o'clock, 3 to 4 o'clock. That is BST time. Okay. We need to close that Roblox studio there. So we're going to go and open up Blender. I'm going to make some like trees, I think. It's probably the next goal here. I'm not a master at Blender. I've just learned a few things over the years, and same with Roblox. I mean, it's going on to what, 7 or 8 years now of just learning Roblox. And Roblox and Blender just keep expanding. That's the whole point of them. But it's fine. What is this music? I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Okay. So we'll go ahead and delete all this objects here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a tree. Just go ahead and do a cylinder. I'm going to go ahead and give it like, I don't know, maybe 12 points. How does that look? Yeah, it looks okay. Actually, maybe it's not that many. Let's do another one and do maybe 6 points or 8. I think 8 should be fine. Yeah, 8 will do fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that level. What we're going to do now is we're just going to go to edit mode, set the top, and we're just going to grab it a little bit. We're just going to, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab it, going to hold shift, and we're just going to like bend it a little bit. And then we're going to go ahead and extrude it. And then I'm going to grab it again. And I'm going to hold shift again. And I'm going to go up again, pressing extrude, and then we're going to go ahead and grab it again, just slowly bending it a little bit. We're just going to get like a nice like tree, like stalky like effect. There we go. Okay, we're going to scale that one. Whoa. Let's scale that one in a little bit. Bring it down a little bit. Just to give it some randomness. And now what we can do is scale it up again. S again. Maybe it's G. Holding shift to like fine tune it. Hold control as well to like pivot it. And look at that. That's looking like a quite kind of like tree-esque looking stuff. So we'll go ahead and extrude that again. And this is where our tree like branch off is going to be, or like our leaves for the tree is going to be. Not entirely sure how I'm going to do them yet, but we'll see. Maybe we'll do like first of all, expand it out like this. And then what we're going to do is going to grab all these. I'm going to change that to a normal select. That's not right. There we go. That's not right either. Right, we're just going to select the... Oh, okay, not that. All these little outer rings here. Hello, welcome, Streak. You're going to just grab all these little top parts here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to scale that in a little bit. And I'm just going to grab them, scale them in a little bit more. Just kind of give a little bit of like randomness to it. I'm not really wanting it looking like a mushroom, but I want it to be more like a tree. So what I think I'm doing now is I'm going to go Control R. I'm just going to add 2 layers to it. And then what I can do now is I should be able to just grab it. Oh gosh, that's not worked at all. Maybe he's doing something like this. That's not worked at all, actually. What is this going to look like? Let's just go with it for now, and we'll see how it turns out. Yeah, we'll see how it turns out. Or not. Why not? That's the whole point of creativeness, just to play and see how it turns out. Right. This is the tree design, and it's not exactly the greatest at the moment, but we'll work on it. So we can scale it in now, and that can look like a top of a tree. Like a palm tree, I guess. Sort of. Yeah, I guess that'll do for now. Yeah, that'll work. So what we can do now is we can just play with the colours for this one. So we're going to go ahead and go to UV, shading, add a new shading, go Shift A, and go to texture, image texture, colour, and go and select the palette here. Many palettes are available. You can download them online. This is the one I've done. I've gone ahead and got from online as well. Go to UV editing. Also need a drink. Okay. So we're going to go for like a light brown here in the bottom. If it's A, it's S, go to a 0, and then go ahead and go for like a light brown. Yeah, that'll work. And then we'll go for like a darker brown here. Give it like a day. Hello, welcome. Go for like a darker brown, so we'll go for like that. I also need to just plug my phone here a second, because I'm on 1% on my phone. There we go. Phone is on charge now, so I should be able to see the chat for longer. I am currently... Okay. Currently making a tree for the island, the lobby start. The Obby start. Okay. We're going to go ahead and continue with this dark brownie like theme, I guess. Press A, S, press 0 to scale, press G to move it, and we'll go and move that to the brown. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. And we'll go ahead and do this top half. I'm just going to go ahead and scale G. Go for like maybe a darker brown now. Just to add some differences in there. Want this to be like a peach colour. We'll go with A, S, scale to 0. Is that like a peachy colour? But still want it to be like brown. Yeah, that's kind of good. And then we want this to be like a lighter colour, like the bottom here. A, S, scale down to 0. And then we'll move that to like, okay, where are we? There we are. Move that down to like a lighter brown, but not like too light. That should be good. And then we can go ahead and select our. I just want to go back to layout mode. I just want to try and see if we can do something with the edges of these. Maybe scale them in a little bit. Yeah, that's going to work a little bit better. Just add some differences to the shapes of them. Just to give some randomness. We're pressing G to grab it. Like move it a little bit. That should be good. Scale that in a little bit there. Let's move it like around a little bit. It's quite good actually. Then just scale it in a little bit and then move it up a little bit. Give it like just some randomness. It doesn't look like too uniform, like it's pasted by a machine, so to speak. And we may have some leaves that go up as well, actually, like that. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's go back to our UV editing mode, and we can now start colorizing them. So our leaves, we're going to have it like green here. On the ends is going to be like the darkest green on the end. So A, S scale, go to like a dark green. Is that good? Maybe it's not that. It's too light of a green. Maybe I'm talking about like a dark green like that. I can't quite tell if that's not green. S scale down to 0. Sure, that's on 0. Okay, that might just be this not looking great. It looks like a grey. Why is that looking like a grey? Where did I get green there? So there's like a green there. Okay, that'll do for now, actually. And we can go for like maybe a darker one up here. Yeah, why not? Go for all the green in the world. Oh, I know what's going wrong. So if we go back to our shading, I forgot it set to put it to closest. That's why I couldn't get that accurate green color. Now I should be able to go to like select them and go to like specific colors on this palette. Get all these sides on. Make sure we select everything. I think that's good. So if we go and press A now, S, 0, and we go to G. Now it should look at, yeah, okay, we get a lot of darker colours now. Which is what I wanted before. But that's the idea of that. Obviously it's not going to be like that, so we'll go ahead and get rid of this for the time being. We can just select away from it. Because I wanted these to be darker. Not the other way around. There we go. Okay. And then we go ahead and S0 scale to and press G, move it to like a green, darker green. That's pretty good. Then we go for like a lighter green here. Yeah, why not? Make sure we get all these ledges. No, ledges? Edges, I mean. Ledges? I don't know why I came up with ledges. Okay. Yeah, we'll go for the top as well, why not? Okay. There's a few sides that we need to just go ahead and click. We'll go and do that now. Also, that looks pretty good. Go ahead and press A, scale that down to 0, and then we'll go ahead and move that to like a lighter green. I didn't mean to do that corner there. And move that back. I've done quite a lot of them actually, by the looks of it. Not intentionally. But there you go. Okay, let's go ahead and scale that to 0. Go for darker green. There we go. It's better. Better. Just need to go ahead. Yes, I will be doing the progress and only a few things off camera, but there'll be only like boring stuff. There won't be like most of the work will be done on camera. Okay. It's also not going to be as frequent content, just due to things going on in the real world. But there will be like just every now and then there'll be streams where we're doing the progress of this. Right. Okay. So let's go ahead and do the top as a dark color as well. Go G. I'm going to take that to like a darker green again. That's a bit too light. Let's go ahead and make sure that's dark green. Why is it? Okay, that should do for now. Okay. There's my palm tree. Now what we can do is we can go down here and we can go to, where is it? Looking for a specific tab. There we go. Add a modifier, and we're going to go ahead and do a smooth. Now we can just go ahead and alter this. Oh no, select our thing, yeah. Okay. Smoothing doesn't really seem to do anything there. Why is that not? Solidify, skin, What we got? Surface deform? Doesn't seem to do anything either. Why is that not doing anything to this? It did it before. Geometry nodes? Don't know what that does. Don't know what any of these things do. Do a curve? Still don't know what that does. Okay. I literally don't know what any of these things do. Simple deform. Okay. That's what I was kind of looking for. That's actually kind of cool. Like almost like does those like weird cartoon effects. Like it's like you can just do it like a slight like just like that, just to give some randomness to it. Here's on the Y as well. And bend it. Okay, that's quite cool. Let's go ahead and add a smooth corrective. Is that right? What does that do? Doesn't seem to do anything. Okay. I'm messing around here, just seeing what we can do. Lettuce? Lettuce? Or lettuce? Doesn't seem to do anything either. Alright, well I'm happy with that for now. Let's go ahead and bring that into a game and see what it's like in game. We'll go to our desktop, go to U, meshes. I'm gonna call this one palm tree. Palm tree. Yeah, palm tree. Why not? Let's go into Roblox and we'll go ahead and add a mesh. And we can go ahead and bring a palm tree in. See what it looks like in game. Okay. Let's go ahead and move this up. So we can actually get it all in perspective. There's our palm tree. Yeah, looks okay. The only thing I will say is the green hasn't come out quite good on the end here, so we'll have to change that. Let's go back to our shading. And we'll select our edges here. We're just going to have to change the green because it's not come out as green, it's come out as grey. We'll just go ahead and do that now. Why is that not? Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and move that to like a more green colour. So that's like a darker green. It's not exactly dark though. Like I want it to be like fully dark. That's actually like I've actually like changed the mesh entirely to have like a different mesh on top of that. It's kind of mental. Okay, let's try this again. Make it like a darker green. So that's lighter. Okay, that's kind of dark. I should do it honestly. It's not made to be look the best. It's just something. And do that. And minimize that. And hopefully that should now show as poppy green. There we go. That's better. Turn off cast shadows for the time being. And we can go ahead and we can just play with this a little bit now. Because it's a mesh, we can just drag it. And we can make it a big fat palm tree if we want to do. Or a little tiny, little weird, tiny tree. Like a spring. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and I think we're going to start on this corner of this island. So we're going to group our mesh here. I'm going to call this palm trees. I'll just call it trees. Trees. Call this palm tree. Palm trees. Palm trees. And then we'll go ahead and grip that. We can name this one palm tree. Palm tree. We should go ahead and duplicate this a couple of times. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have like a... Just going to start to like design it a little bit better. Have like a few palm trees here. Make sure that that's touching the floor, of course. So we're going to scale this down to be a little bit smaller. And we'll work with this a little bit. So we're just going to go and level that. Level this as well. I've just noticed as well that there's not green on the top. We can fix that later on. Let's go ahead and make sure that's okay. Making sure that that's like kind of similar to it. Okay, we're going to make this a little bit bigger. Yes, that'll do for now. I haven't really got a design for the lobby, but this is just like where the player spawns in on this island. And then we can work on the rest in a bit. Time on now. Okay, probably do... How long I've been streaming for now? Where does it say? It says it's here somewhere. Oh yeah. Okay, 1 hour, 50 minutes. Okay. We'll probably do another hour. Okay. So there's a palm tree. Again, we'll probably work with it in a bit. Because the Volk is like levitating at the moment as well. This kind of might give these palm trees kind of give me like a Mario Sunshine vibe. That's the style that they kind of look like. That's what it reminds me of. Okay, that's gonna be like that area. I'm not really sure yet. I feel like there should be like a rock behind it or something. So I'm gonna go from Blender, and I'm gonna save this in case I need to come back to it later on. And I'll just call this one palm tree. Palm tree. .blend, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into a new file. Okay. Select everything and we'll delete it all. Now I want to create like a bouldery style thing. We'll Shift A. I'm gonna go for maybe it's a sphere. Yeah, sphere. Sphere. Can't say the word. Let's add some more subdivisions to it. Not too much though. And radius, we're going to make it a little bit bigger. Now what we can do with this is we can go to edit mode, and we should be able to go to number pad 1, select it. That should be half the image. I'm going to scale it down. And then we can actually shade it out. And then what we can do now is we go to edge select mode. And we can choose the corners there. But that's not what I want to do. Do something like this. Again, I'm just playing with it here. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing here. We can go ahead and just copy this side bit here. And then uncopy this. And uncopy this guy as well. I do a lot of tasks. I do scripting, I do modeling, I do UI design. I can show you an example of some UI design in a second if you wanted it. Okay, if we do Shift D, move this over here. Right, we're going to go ahead and move this in. Make sure it's aligned. Scale it down a little bit. Go ahead and keep on doing it. Just make it more of like a rock-like looking thing, not like this weird like male part looking thing. Just gonna add like rocks to it. Okay, go ahead and Shift D, bring this over here. And then Shift D again. Shift D again. Just gonna keep on placing it until there's nothing left in terms of flat areas. Go ahead and do this. In a little bit, scale it down a little bit, maybe. Yeah, the idea is just make it not look like this weird stretched out thing, but more like a rocky like surface. Something like we do like that, and then we can probably connect it underneath as well. Move that. Rotate that around as well. I need it to be not like It's the wrong like orientation, so I need to bring it like that way around. Yeah. Now bring it back out. And that should connect that. I mean, Novi's probably going to be underneath it, personally. That should probably be fine. Probably just do a little bit here. What we can do actually is just go into line fill. Select these edges here. And probably just connect them up here. We're pressing F. And we can probably do the same here. And we can just sort of fill the gaps in. I should do that. Like I said, I'm not great at building, but should be good enough. Just to fill those little gaps in, really. Then what we can do now is probably just grab this and just place this up to here. F here. Need to like just get the right angle on it. That's not bad. There's a little gap there. Just gonna fill that in. All we're doing is just selecting the edges and pressing F. So, I don't think so, no. Because it's an obby. Are we going to do like maybe from there to there? It should work. We'll have to like, right? That's fine, yeah. We'll have to do like a patch up job here. Just like that there. Maybe just let this to down there. Okay. It may or may not work, but we'll see. If it doesn't work, I mean, we've learned from that experience, so. And then what we can do for this is just, we can just cheat, like, do it. Just do like, is that to there, maybe. We can go like there to there. Then we can just patch that job up there. And then we can probably just go like from there to there. And so it's just meant to look like a boulder or something that's not like weird like this. So we can just go and do like something like that to maybe it's here. I can get rid of this like weird ledge. It's a weird ledge here, okay. It's fine. Okay, that should be fine. So once I've selected it all now, we can probably just go to a modifier. And we can do smoothing. It doesn't do anything. Rather, no, it doesn't do anything anyway. Okay. We can do Deform then. Surface Deform. Okay, it's not actually working. Why? What will work though? Oh, simple deform. That's what I meant to do. Now we can just like really mess with it. That's actually kind of cool. That should be good. Oh gosh, that's weird. That's actually kind of cool, but can we like change it a little bit? Oh, actually, that's actually kind of cool. Wow, and that's just like mental. That just looks like a whole load of mess. No, don't like that. Do something like this. I want to twist it a little bit. Yeah, that should do. I mean, it's just a rock. It's not meant to be look like anything else in particular. So go ahead and do a shading now. Oh yeah, no, it's completely fair question to ask. But OOP is more something like if you're doing like a simulator game where you can build a restaurant, or that's more of what the OOP is used for. It's short for object-oriented programming. That's more to do with like, oh, if you wanted to place a wall here, you would do it through using OOP. I can show you how OOP is used if you would like to see that. What I'm doing now, I need to go to my Tycoon. My folder here, meshes. No. I need to go to the palette. That's what it is. Blender, palette. Closest point, yep. Go to UV editing. Zoom in now. And we're just going to select all of it. And we're just going to go AS0 and go to... we're going to go for like a grey colour, like that. There we go, that's nice. That'll do for now. Go ahead and export that. And we'll call this... we need to go to do my folder. And we'll just call this rock. Rock mesh. Rock mesh. Why not? Let's have a look at what that looks like in game. Rock mesh. No. That's actually come out quite better than I expected it to. Double-sided and it looks nice. Yeah, that's actually... I feel like that's like what it needed. It's just something at the behind here. It's not like directly perfect, but just something enough to say, okay, this is the edge of the map, so to speak. Like that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll open that for you. Where are we? Open from Roblox. And we'll go for... Where is it? Oh yeah, here we go. So this is a tower defense game that I am working on. Here's the map for it. Basic. If we go ahead and run this, you'll see that very loud music starts. I need to turn that off. I'm just going to... I forgot I had that music actually. Just need to turn that down for the time being. I think I've got a script inside of here that I can turn the music off here. Sound handle. There we go. We'll just disable that. And we go and run that. So you can see that the players run through here, but they're named level 1 zombie noob. But there's 2 different types of zombies that are level 1. This is an instance where you would use oop because we've got more than one zombie. But you could have a zombie that's the same zombie here, but it's got 100 health or level 2 or so forth. And that looks a little bit like this. Where is it? Oh yeah. So we've got a function inside of a modular script, and we are basically creating an instance of itself. So we could say, with this method, we could say, this is one zombie, and it has 50 health. But we could have another zombie that's the same type of zombie, but could have 100 health or so forth. We're basically like, I could have more than one. Like, that's a basic zombie, but we could have a new basic zombie level 2 or so forth. Hope that makes sense. And the only other thing that this game has, if we go into play mode, is that there's a Ragdoll Script. So we go ahead and kill a zombie. You can see the Ragdoll. But yeah, I mean, this is a work in progress. I'm probably going to have to rewrite it all again, just because of new features being introduced. But that's like the kind of the idea of it, so to speak. That you'd have one instance of a zombie, and you could then say, okay, this zombie has 10 health, but then the level 2 zombie will have 50 health. Without you having to write all that code, you could have it for that. But that's just one example of OOP. The other example I said is you can have parts, and like you could say that this part is red, whereas the default part is blue. Sort like that. But that's basically what OOP is. So we'll close like that for now. Yes, you're right. You're right there. It's exactly like that. Making a new drop in a tycoon, but you're basically telling your code that you don't want to write all the properties for said zombie. You're just going to copy the properties from the basic zombie, and then just change the properties that you need to change. But yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and press play and just see what it looks like in game. Oops, I forgot to anchor the all my items. I need to anchor them. Okay, we got an error here. That's because it's trying to look for the checkpoint in the folder, but we don't have a checkpoint yet. So what we're going to do is we're just going to force the game to give us back. We haven't set up a checkpoint yet, so we'll go ahead and fix that. Are you lagging now, robots? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and press play, and we're just going to set our stats back to 0. And we shouldn't get this error anymore. We're going to set that back to 0. And then we can go ahead and leave the game. Okay. We'll get it lag a second, but it should come back straight away. Roblox always does this, I don't know why. Okay. Oh, I think I know why, because we haven't got a count. No, we do have a count, okay. Okay, that should be fine, yeah. Right, okay, so if we go ahead and press play now, we should be teleported to the main island, and yeah, no errors there. That's good. So have a look and see if we've got the scale right on the palm tree. Yeah, kind of like that. I think we should be able to have some sand here now. Because it kind of makes sense to have like some sand by it. So for sand, what we're going to do is a very simple thing on Blender here. Go ahead and new. We do general. Don't save. Don't think I'm going to be visiting that rock again. What we'll do is go ahead and bring up a new plane like this. We're going to scale it to about that size. And what we can do is we can just go into edit mode, press Control R, scroll up with the amount of like points we want. We'll go for like we go for 2 points on each side. So we'll press A again, Control R, and we'll go to there we go. Now we've got this like grid. We can go ahead and just press 3. Oh no, point mode. And what we can do is we can just press G, hold Shift, and we can just like make it look like a sand like area, so to speak. Look a little bit more natural. I'm just going to have it like a little sand hill, so to speak. Very simple, this. We just go ahead and bring that down now. And we're going to set that. We'll move that up. And what we can do is we can just scale that down a little tiny bit. And we can just give it like a little ledge there. And then what we can do is we can go into UV editing. No, shading. Add a new. Shift A. I don't think so. This is just the lobby area, or like the starting area. I'm not entirely sure yet. We'll go image and we'll go ahead and set that as base color. We'll go ahead and set that to closest again. And select a palette which we've already downloaded from the internet. Roblox, no, documents, Blender, palette. And then we just go ahead and go to UV editing and we'll go ahead and select a nice sand color. Scale down to 0. Have a look at what that looks like. It looks actually kind of good. Maybe it's a little bit more orange. Depends how orange you want a sand. I don't know yet. That's something that will probably be done in the late stages of development. What we can do though now is we can go back to shading and we can just mess with it a little bit. Like we can change the roughness. So we can give it like a more of a shiny colour. So I think we're going to do, we're going to give it like a little bit of a shine. And we can go for like a more metallic. Not that much, but like a little tiny bit. Go for like a, maybe it's, I want a screen tint, no. Just mess with these little settings, really. There we go. So this is like more the shine. Give it like a little bit of a shine. And that kind of looks like deserty a little bit. Not really, I'm not entirely sure. Or like beachy. And we'll just go with that for now. So we'll go ahead and save as Sport, OBJ, and go back to my game. And we'll go ahead and call that beach. Beach. Why not? And then we'll go ahead and add a mesh. Probably won't be in the trees this. We'll go ahead and just move this into our lobby folder. Okay, that's going to be under rocks. And we're going to have another mesh here. So mesh. And the mesh part, we're going to go ahead and just bring us beach. Okay, let's have a look. We'll have a look what that looks like. Okay, we need to press double-sided. And yeah, that's looking like a lot nicer in terms of like the style of that. So what we can do is just bring that underneath the palm trees here. We can just scale it to the size we want. And we can just bring that up a little bit. And we can just make sure that's like level. I can move that down. Might just do this entire area in like a sandy color. So, that's because we need to flip it. That should be better now. Rotate that back around. Make sure that's like level. I think it's all about playing with it, I suppose. That looks right. Just need to rotate it a little bit more, I think. I suppose I could always place this and then do it, so to speak. Like I could just do this, making sure it's like level, and then like do something like this. Okay, just need to make sure it's like I'm not entirely sure I like that. That's kind of the right like height though. Maybe something like this. We can always make another one, I suppose, and then we can just scale that one down. And then we can just alter this one inside of there, I guess. It's probably about 6 or 7 years now. Very long time. But my skills are only just now starting to like get to the levels that I want them to be at. It's not exactly the level, so we're gonna have to try and like work that out, but we'll fix it. I'm gonna make it like match a little bit. There we go. I'm mainly a programmer. This is actually probably the best like it's gone so far in terms of building, but that's just with practice, I suppose. You'll learn stuff, and making mistakes is a part of improving. Model block into Blender and try to match it there. I suppose I could do that, yeah. I suppose you are right there. But I kind of like the natural, like, orangey look to this. I can always adjust the land around it. That's not an issue. Just going to go ahead and just get this last little black back bit. Yeah, and I know what you mean by two meshes, yeah. But I think I kind of like this like naturally beach look to it, like. But we'll see. If it doesn't turn out great, then we'll try that. Need to give another mesh here. Oops, that's not what I want to do. I'm going to rotate this round so it matches. Going to scale this up a little bit more. It's like a little bit more of a hill. Too wide though, this. There we go. And we'll just rotate that around a little bit more. So it's like level. That should be done. Good. Yeah, you said dud there. I do see what you mean, though. I mean, in terms of like doing it as the mesh there, I see what you mean. We could try that then. Yeah, we'll try that then. We'll do that. What I will do though is I will copy the mesh's size. Copy. And we'll just load that mesh back up in Blender. There we go. Now it's just finding which corner it was on. So let's see if there's anything like memorable about the corner, so to speak. The corner has a little dimple out there and a little dimple out there. I suppose we could just rotate it around if it doesn't match, so it should be okay. Let's go and select this corner. That goes in there, so that's not it. It's one of these corners. I think it's this corner here. Okay, let's go back to our texture painting. I'm 19. We'll go ahead and give that an orangey colour. I guess like that. Hello. You scared the shit out of me. Okay. We'll go ahead and just give that an orange colour. Why is that not like an actual orange? Why is it like a weird... Oh, probably because I haven't put it to like a... No, I put it closest, so that's weird. I changed it in the settings, didn't I, to make it like a little bit more kind of rough. Let's go ahead and do that. And let's go ahead and do it like a orange colour. Is that not going to orange? Okay, that's not what I want to do. Right, S, scale down to 0. G, orange. There we go. Alright. Right, what we can do is make this into its own part by selection. Okay, what? Why did that do that? I don't know why it's like, you can fix it, but I don't know why it's like weirdly connected them. What is going on there? What is going on there? That's weird. Why is it like two different things? Oh, I know why it is. Because we're deforming it. We've got a deform modifier on. Get rid of that. There we go. And now what we can do is we can select this edge here. Select the edge there. I've never said I'm not that great at Blender, that's why. I don't really know how it's going to turn out when it's as a deformed like part. What is going on here? The reason why I'm doing this is so I can like give it more of like a shiny metallic look like I did with that other one. We'll do this. We should be able to go to shading. And we should be able to select a new material. And then we do Shift A, texture, image texture, closest. And then we go to our Blender folder, do the same thing again. Basically what we're going to do here is we're going to do that. And then we're going to go to UV editing. Why has it done that? It's really weird. Let's see if we can like, let me just go back to how it was. Let's just go ahead and open up Blender again. Okay. I find that weird. I guess it's this one here. Right. So I want this one to be in a different color, so I'm going to go ahead and go to UV shading. Here we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and move this from green to orange. And then if I go to shading, and I just select this colors, these specific ones. Right, select. That's selected, that's okay. I have to do the roughness. It does it on all of it though, that's the problem. I don't know how to like separate it. So we'll just do by material. By loose parts. No. By material. Still hasn't worked. By material. No. By selection. I don't know why it does that weird, like it does a weird different thing. But like, is that going to be like that when it's finished? I think it is. So if I go to shading, and I add another one, if I can. So I do new. I select this little bit here. I have no idea how to do this. Let's do assign. No, new. Assign. There we go. That's what I wanted. Assign. There we go. Now we can do new here. And then we can, I think I've got it. So we go Shift A. And we go Texture. Image Texture. Closest point. Try this again. Okay. So now that is orange, which is what we want it to be. We should be able to now just change the roughness of this one. Yes, it's working. So I want it to be metallic. Yes, I did. Well, I think I did. I don't know yet until it's in Roblox. So we've given it a metallic look. But I want it to be more like saturated. Like one of these will do something I want. I did something. For a second, anyway. Doesn't seem to be doing much, though. Okay. I think that's probably going to be good enough. But if I export it now, I don't think it will do it. We'll see. Export. I need to go to desktop. Yes. Meshes. I'm going to call this one Island. Ooh, okay. Iceland MK2 Mark II, maybe. Okay, now let's just see how that's worked out in Roblox. Mesh part. Island Mark II. I thought it would do that, but if we press double-sided, does it fix it? No, it doesn't. How do I fix that weird, like, gap? Because it doesn't appear on here. It appears on that weird mode, but what is causing it to do that? Is it the deformation? Can I just select this and then get rid of the deformation? Does that fix it? We may have to just alter it a little bit. Let's try and select our edges here. Okay, yeah, so this is what we're going to have to try and like just work around. It's a little bit messy. If I bring this down, I can make it match the point. Really weird, this, though. I have actually no idea what I'm doing here. Just need to, like, get the right angle on it. Come on. Nearly there. That's not bad. Just need to bring it out now. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining me anyway. Okay, we just need to link this, make this match now. Right. That is way too far out there. So that's matched that now. Okay. This is what I mean. It's like so weird, Blender, in terms of what it does. Hmm. Ah, okay. Why wouldn't it allow me to select like that and that? Like, can I not just do like all and then? Oh, I can. Well, that would have made things a lot easier a second ago. Bring it back out. Right, what we should be doing to do now is just press Control A, and then we can just edit it all. We can just select this, all the points that don't match, and we can just say F on it. So we do U to U, U to U, U and U, U and U. And then we come under here and take a second to get the right angle in here. We just go U to U. I have no idea if that's going to work. Let's have a look at that now. So we're going to have to fix the colours on these. UV editing, we go to A, S, 0. Bring that like a nice green. A little bit bigger than that, or lighter than that. It looks a little bit off. That's fine. A little bit off is okay. Let's try that now. Alan Mott 2. Right, so we're going to add a mesh. And double-sided. Hasn't worked. Why? Why is it the weird missing faces that's the problem, man? I mean, oh, I see it now, actually. I see it on Blender. There's like a huge gap there. Okay, no, I see that. But it's only visible in this weird mode. Why is it, like, not visible on the other mode? I'm gonna see if we can scale it up and, like, match it back down. That looks better, but I can't tell, can I? Bring it in a little tiny bit, I think. I think that looks better. Again, I can't tell until I've loaded it into Roblox. Island Mark 2. Nope. Island Mark 2, there we go. And then we should be able to just load it into this mesh here. Okay, this should work now. You know what? That's okay, actually. That'll work. That'll work. So what we can do now is we can just copy the size of this mesh. Copy. Paste that into here. I'll also paste the origin position. That actually looks perfect. And that's actually going to work actually perfect. So let's go ahead and bring on that into there. Okay. Just have to move our palm trees and things up, which is fine. May just move them a little bit further in as well. We've actually fixed the issue, which is not that bad actually. Okay. And I think that is going to be where we're going to end it here tonight. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Simple. Peace.